It's a wedge and lift for each load.
I'd love to see you do it, but probably not all that count.
Where am I going?
I am here with
John Trimble.
Okay, so what was the first convention you ever attended?
It was a Westercon
Oh, excellent.
in 1953 in the Commodore Hotel in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow. And what did you first think when you went?
Boy, there were a whole bunch of other geeks like me here.
Westercon 1965, which John Trimble was the chairman of, had an attendance of all of 200.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big affair, but it was a bit of a lull even at that time because there'd been a major feud the year before, and so the Bay Area people weren't visiting Southern California, and in fact there was no dealer's room at that convention because nobody wanted to sell anything that year. And and even at the time, it was probably one of my least favorite conventions ever because I was too tense, didn't sleep well, was expecting something to happen every moment, and as I went to more conventions and learned to relax, and when I get tired, go to bed, when I'm hungry, go eat, and that made for a much more enjoyable convention.
I need to take this tape off my nose at some point.
Probably.
Yeah, and we're down in
Conversations, and we're driving along Washington Boulevard past what used to be MGM. And
well, fandom has gotten older. Unfortunately, I hear them cry and boo-hoo that they are getting older, that there's not a lot of young people coming in, which is not true. There are a lot of young people coming in. They just don't think the way we did. Mm-hmm. And we've explored our territories. We've conquered, realms. We've done our part. And anybody who's had children knows that the world is no longer theirs when they have children. It belongs to their kids. Mm-hmm. And they may not do what you think is right and proper, but they've got their own minds.
All right, and why do you keep going to conventions?
Why do I keep going to conventions? Well, gee, because I get to hang out with people like you. That's why.
Oh, I'm almost going to cry. If I've ever cried. I've never cried in my life. There's no evidence.
Well, and the reason I came to Westercon, you may be wondering, I mean, aside from the fact that I thought that Andy and Kevin would put on a splendid Westercon, is I'm trying to figure out why Westercon still exists. I am here to try to understand the true meaning of Westercon.
That's deep, man.
What do you think?
Well, you know what I think is that Westercon provides an excellent opportunity for getting people who normally wouldn't make the trip from, say, Seattle or, Tempe, Arizona, and to bring them into a central area to once again meet. Now, the regionals have sort of made that a little less important, but having, particularly over the 4th of July holiday, it gives a time for a whole lot more. And I think really, from all the Westercons I've been to, it's been a round spectrum sort of thing.
I've always been into science fiction and fantasy, and this is the sort of, these are people I know, these are my people. I love these people, and there are things that I like to talk about with people. I love talking to people, and it's great to have places you can have conversations about things and go off on bizarre tangents that everybody's having fun with.
No, excellent.
And learn a lot of things that you didn't know about. Like, I did not know there was a super volcano 240 miles north of here in the area called Chain Lakes, which is kind of odd because I grew up with a geologist mom who we'd go on vacations and look at rocks. So it's very strange that there's a large geological thing in California that I knew nothing about.
So wait, hold on, I'm still processing that. There's a super volcano around here?
There is a supervolcano in an area called Chain Lakes. It was on the program. I was not able to attend the panel, but I just met up with the panelist in question, and I asked him where it was, and he said Chain Lakes. Okay, where the heck is Chain Lakes?
Okay, officially, this scares the hell out of me. No one tells me anything.
Well, it's
What's been your favorite part about this convention here?
I have been Chris's minion. the fancy dance party was probably.
That's right. We will have video footage of that in the documentary at some point.
The fancy mug video party.
Excellent. There we go. Why run a convention?
Because you want a convention to happen and someone else isn't doing it.
That's a good answer.
Or because you griped enough about how you think it should be done, and if you put your money where your mouth is and prove that your ideas work better, someone else will learn from that and do it that way. And if you can make the general experience better, all conventions get better.
There are a lot of people running conventions who started out with I can do that better. And some have succeeded more than others.
It's sort of like building a drink-making robot, because the ones that you see in the room around you all make a mess.
People who don't go to conventions think that is all you do at conventions and sit around and argue about some Star Trek episodes, which you do a little of that, and that's fun.
Yeah.
It's not all of that, but there is a little of that, and that's always fun. And nerds throw great parties generally. There's always conventions. There's usually a fun party or two. So occasionally you drink a little too much, which is fun. Occasionally. So do it, as long as you do it occasionally. And then you start traveling to other conventions and going to new interesting places in order to go to conventions. It's like, oh, I haven't been to, San Antonio, Texas, so maybe I'll go to Worldcon because that will give me an excuse to go to San Antonio, Texas. Or, and so it becomes part of your, vacation planning. Like, oh, where's the convention this year? We'll go there, it'll be fun.